What's going on, everyone? I think we're all here. Uh, Mark Rose, Lucky Butter, Mr. Jones. What up, y'all? All right. I know it's a weird angle. I couldn't find my tripod for this, but hopefully y'all can hear me. I actually don't know if y'all can hear me or not. I see we got one person watching. It's one more than expected. So shout out to that person who's watching right now. What just happened there? Looks like your camera was unplugged. It was not unplugged. Oh, what just happened here? What is going on? All right, let's see. We're gonna figure this out. Dang it, this camera did this the last time. Can y'all still hear me? Hopefully y'all can hear me. All right, can y'all see me now? Cool. Um, can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me? All right, audio good. Okay, having all kinds of issues. I decided to jump on my kid's computer, and apparently it didn't work as well as I thought it was going to. But actually, let's turn this light on. Let me turn this other light off. Hold up. All right, there we go. See, I don't have that. I don't have to block the light the whole time. Uh, all right, Mark Rose, Lucky Butter, Mr. Jones, Marcus Yee, Obi-Wan Chigonas. How are y'all today? Says Mark C says I'm a week behind on X-Men 97, so I'll be here in spirit once I get to the spoilers. Once we get to the spoilers, I will throw up a spoiler alert sign so that you're aware, or anybody is aware that we are spoiling stuff, because I'm a nice guy like that, and I let y'all know ahead of time. But right now, we will not spoil anything that I know of. We might, I don't know. It's up to the internet, how the internet feels. Mr. Jones says AS Ray is blocking your stream. Yeah, man, he's down in the H Town, so you should go let him know. Stop blocking me. No, but that whole thing was a little bit crazy. If y'all follow the Facebooks, AS Reyes, he's a Facebook homie. He sold 2 Wolverine figures for $40 shipped, and when the guy got one at what the brown suit Wolverine, the Mexican Wolverine, and a tiger stripe Wolverine, dude got him, and the brown suit or Mexican Wolverine was had some paint defect, and the guy got mad and wanted a full refund and wants to keep the figures. AS Reyes sent him $15 and said, "Keep the figure. Sorry about that." And the guy went and made some posts about him and called him some names, and it started a whole big thing. But AS Reyes is a he's a dude that likes to mock a lot of people, so he just rolled with the punches. Everybody was kind of teasing him, so it's been some fun on Facebook. I didn't tease him necessarily too much, but other people did. But other than that, I mean, he's a pretty cool dude. But one guy just got bent out of shape. Tried to put him on blast and it didn't really work very well. Like Butter says, but a Texans mascot figure been touched in a month. I touched it to move it to another location. That kind of counts. Doombot 9000, what's going on? Savage saying, what up? Says, happy Mother's Day, mofos, to all of y'all out there. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers watching this live stream right now, which is pretty much zero. Mad Logic 44, what's going on, man? Let's see. Oh, with the Girth sombrero. Gotta watch it. Gotta have that new icon there. Um, but yeah, we are gonna talk about X-Men 97. episodes 8 and 9, which I did talk to a friend of mine about it. It's no spoiler alert right here, Mark. So you don't worry about it. But I did talk to a friend of mine, and he was like, "Why did everybody say episode 8 was the one to watch? Episode 9, it was pretty shocking, which we'll discuss. We'll discuss here in a bit. Who all has actually seen through episode 9? I want to make sure that I'm not killing it for everyone. Like Butter says, seems like toy drama has been heating up the last few weeks. It has. I haven't been a part of it, but it has been. People been arguing over things. Some people upset because they overpaid for the X-Men 97 wave, and then all of a sudden the second wave hit all stores everywhere. So they've been easier to find. Marcus C says, I think I watched episode 8, but not last Wednesday's episode. Marcus C, you tell us what the last part you saw was, and then I will tell you which episode that was. Because I'm a professional when it comes to knowing which episodes are shown. I'm not an expert. It is what it is. Man Lodge 44 says, seen them all, let's spoil. Yes, we will get to that here in a bit. I'm going to put up my spoiler alert sign. I'm trying to find a bigger spoiler alert sign, but it's not really working very well for me. So, let's see. I don't know why it's not doing it. Open image, a new tab. Maybe if I do that. There we go. There we go. All right, cool. Rick Jones says, what is up? What's going on, man? We're going to talk X-Men 97 spoilers here in a bit. Probably around the 10:45 time frame. Got some action figures here to help me articulate what I'm trying to say. Um, as Rick Jones says, probably going to bed soon. If I go silent, I'm asleep. It's all good, man. It's all good. Appreciate you tuning in. Mark C says Professor X landed on Earth, and to me, my X-Men is Cyclops, Cable, and Jean versus Human Sentinels. Okay, yeah, that's episode 8. So yes, what we're about to discuss will be some of that, and then it'll be some of episode 9. And I'll let you know when we start to talk about episode 9. Hopefully, no one spoils anything about episode 9 while we're discussing episode 8. And I'm holding the Storm that nobody really cared. Well, I guess people cared for her. They didn't really care for Thunderbird in the 2-pack with her. Um, but yeah, now all of a sudden people are clamoring. We use the word clamoring over this Storm. She's right now. She's doing jazz hands, like that. Which I didn't even know what jazz hands were. I think until Napoleon Dynamite. And I asked someone about it, and they're like, "That's jazz hands." Oh, okay. That doesn't really seem very jazz to me, to be honest with you. But yeah, episode 8 was good. Episode 9 was better. Episode 10 should be pretty dope as well. And I like that the X-Men X-Men the animated series, that's what it's put in Instagram and X. Um they haven't been spoiling it, which is great because I know they're proud of the show and they've been doing a good job of not spoiling the show. So shout out to them. Also, they sometimes will respond to people who are talking about the show. Y'all see me? That's a young me back there on the wall. If y'all are wondering. Marcy says, "Wish I could have got that storm, but maybe they'll make a similar one that's closer to Alien versus X or something around that time." I thought it was going to say AVP, Alien versus Predator, and I already committed to Alien versus, so I went with it. How many episodes are they planning on having? The first season has 10. I'm not sure about the second or third. Mr. Jones says Leech opening the door without knocking first in the last episode was hilarious. Oh man, we're already spoiling stuff. Leech was a star, so unfortunately, Mr. Jones already spoiled it. Leech was the mastermind behind all of it. No, but it was a good episode. It was a very good episode. I thought I brought more figures with me. There's okay. I'm missing some of the figures that I thought I brought with me right here. But Mark C says, I think there's an Avengers versus Aliens comic event coming out, and there was Wolverine versus Predator earlier this year. Yeah, I remember seeing the cover art for that Alien versus or Wolverine versus Predator. Um, that would be kind of cool. Does anybody have the Mezco Predator? Like, is that better than the NECA Predators? For some reason, it looks better to me. But everybody says that the NECA Predators' bigger size makes them more realistic. So I don't know. I seen the new Predator Prey. I saw Prey. I saw one of the Predator movies. I think it was the Robert Rodriguez one. Or I saw most of it. I had to leave before it was over, but it looked pretty good. I think it was where they had like Predator dogs or something. I don't know why I'm messing with this figure. These are terrible figures. The what is this? It's from that game. What's that game called? What is that game called? Does anybody know what this game, the game this figure's from? They had them at Ross for like $5 and $7 for the 2 packs. Matt Lodge 44 says was gonna mention it, but figured it had to be you. You wouldn't have any other man on your wall except maybe Toddy. Toddy Mac. That's right. Naked Predators are great. Don't need anything else. The third one called Predators. I like that one. Apex Legends. Thank you, Mr. Jones. Wait, no, it's not Apex Legends. This is from God, what is that game called? I think my kid has that game. Let's see. Oh, you can see my knuckles when I'm typing. It's not Apex Legends. It's not Fortnite. I can't say these things because of copyright or not copyrights. No, it's not Fortnite. League of Legends? No, it's not League of Legends. What is this called? Let's see what it says down here. I need my readers. No, I'm just kidding. This is very just blurry. Blizzard Entertainment. Say Blizzard? Yeah, okay. Let's see. Overwatch. Thank you. That's the one. Overwatch. Yeah, this is an Overwatch figure. The body. It's Professor X's head. But I thought they would be cool, but like the articulation on them is kind of terrible. They don't actually bend the way they're supposed to. The weapons are kind of fun looking, but the figures themselves are pretty bad. Yeah, Hasbro made these as well. So I thought they were going to be on par with like at least Black Series from Star Wars, but they're not. Let's see. Yeah, Overwatch was the one. All right, it's 10:46. Let's get into some. Let's go and put this here. Let's see. Present to extra camera. Nope. Share screen. There we go. Spoiler alerts. Boom, right there. All right, spoiler alert. Mr. Jones says, which overnight figure is that? I can't tell, but I have most, if not all. It was the old dude with the gas mask on his face. It was what's the guy's name? Man, some of these are costly for some reason now. Overwatch Ultimates Dual Pack Anna and Soldier 76. That makes sense why he has a 76 on his back. Soldier 76 is his name. Oh, you know what? I gotta find that gun because that's the gun that Cable should be rocking. Watch, let me swap my screens. Stop screen, present screen, share screen. Where's this Walmart page? That it? Is that it? Nope, that it. Nope, that's it. Is that it? There we go. All right. This one right here. That's this actual body. Soldier 76. Golden skin. See that gun right there would look good with the Cable action figure. Marcus, he's running away. All right. Let's start talking about some uh some X-Men 97. Let me just get my spoiler screen back up real quick. Am I that blurry? Because I swore this camera's supposed to be like 1080 or something like that. I know it ain't 4K. Not that fancy yet. Boom, spoiler alert. All right, spoiler alert. Oh, Miss Jones, you had the regular version. I thought this was the regular version, but I saw it, like I said, at Ross for like $5 a while back, so I picked it up. Let's see. Rick Jones says season two Wolverine will have bone claws and be all caveman. That's gonna be interesting because I do have one of the comic books where Wolverine has bone claws. I'm so happy about that. Let's see. Mr. Jones said I have the Figma version of Widowmaker, Diva, and Reaper. How are those Figma versions? I had some of the Tabletop Museum. I'm okay with them. I feel like they're not worth what they say. Phantasm Spasm says, I ate chicken and beans just now. Hey, man, glad to hear that. I'm not sure if you're Star Spangled Dangler, but oh, off of Twitch? Oh, that's what's up. I just realized y'all are coming off of Twitch. Cool. Let's see. It says I look like Fat Joe. I look like Fat Joe? That's interesting. I don't really necessarily get Fat Joe all the time, but thanks for the confidence boost. But yeah, so X-Men 97, let's see. Episode 8 was where Bastion came through town, started infecting everybody. That was cool. Um he got Bolivar Trask like that. And I was wondering what that little Twitch symbol was, but okay, I don't know if y'all could see those people, but I got people from Twitch coming through. I don't have a clue who they are, but one of them ate chicken and beans just now, so that's what's up. Rick Jones says Figma seems too expensive for what you get. My thoughts exactly. But Bastion, Mr. Sinister, Spider Man, Doctor Doom, Baron Zemo. What were the other cameos in that episode? Uh, I feel like I already talked about those and I didn't. It's just that it's been such a long time. But yeah, that was cool. Rogue went rogue, literally played out her name. Professor X came crashing back, and let's see. That was a cool episode. It was cool. I think people were saying like, "Oh, it's an awesome episode," probably because of all the cameos and stuff that were in it. But I think episode 9 took the cake, which is what we'll talk about now since Bone Claws was brought up. But Morph Hulk, Morph Smash. I thought that was dope when they said Morph Smash. Um, so Hulk is in I like the fact that they're bringing in these other comic book characters. Like, no, no, these fools are in this universe. Like, there's no doubt about it. Omega Web 13's what up says I need a Hulk on the X-Men retro card with name Morph. That would be dope, man. I'm pretty sure there should be some customizers that are gonna do that out there. But yeah, that was cool when you said Morph Smash. I was like, oh snap. That was dope. What was the other part of it? Let's see. Oh, Magneto. Everybody's like, oh, he's right. Rogue took off with him with Sunspot, and then Sunspot had to fight Jean. That was pretty weak scene right there. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, that was dumb. We didn't need to see that part. They could have just had them fight off in the background. But Rogue was like, Shug. She like busted Wolverine. She was like, Wolverine, I should have brought the Mexican Wolverine. But she hit Wolverine across. She was like, nah, fool, you trying to murder somebody because he was about to try to kill Magneto, right? Because Magneto was all like, y'all not going to do this to me. Rick Jones says, Sunspot never met the professor. Sunspot was, I don't know, he's still kind of weak for me. I don't know that we needed Sunspot in this cartoon. He was, yeah, not feeling his character very much. He was like, "Oh, my mom didn't like me, so now I gotta be evil." It's weird. I guess that's why most people um are in prisons because their mom didn't like them. But speaking of Cyclops' Porsche, oh look at that. Look at that right there. We got Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Cable riding out the way they did in the Blackbird. It's not quite a Porsche, but whatever, it's a blue car. But I already had that prepped for this live stream. So yeah, Cyclops in the Porsche. It's kind of weird that they had to say the word Porsche because in what was it, X3? I think they were pushing the Mazda. Maybe it was X. Was it X-Men 2 or X-Men 3? I can't remember which one, but he had like a three-door Mazda or something like that. That's what they were trying to push. And then in the cartoon, they're all like, "Oh, I can't believe you got a Porsche. My daddy's got a Porsche." That's what Cable was all saying. X2, okay, it was X2. Cyclops blasting Professor X like, "You're sucker punching your own father." That was kind of messed up. It was like, "No, they're not done yet." Pew! Bow! Popped him out of the way. It's kind of messed up because he's old and he just crash landed from alien planet. Matlock 44 says there was a line that bumped me when Jean is talking to Nightcrawler. She says, "My friend Storm, has he never met Storm?" There was a lot of time. Okay, the writing is generally good, but yeah, some of it is kind of like, hold on, wait, what? Savage Saint says the Sinister has been controlling Cable. He was pulling him back from stopping Oh, was he pulling him back from stopping Genosha and not a fixed point in time? That's a very good point right there. Madlogic 44 says X2 Mazda RX-8. Yes, that's the one. A friend of mine had that. And I was like, oh man, look at these suicide doors. Because technically, that little back door opened up backwards. So, kind of like suicide doors. But yeah, they had the Mazda in the movie. And then all of a sudden, the cartoon, they're like, we got Porsche. Dan, Dan Spick says, Mofex better come out with that Nightcrawler now. Hey, as long as he has 3 swords, that'll be worth it. Clockwork or clock. I'm getting all confused. Clockwork Orgy, what's going on, man? It says, sup, yo. We're talking X-Men 97 spoilers right now. Got the cast and crew right here. Um, I know I didn't get to see Toying Around on Thursday, but he had the voice actor for Gambit on there, and that's kind of cool. That's not kind of cool. That's really cool. But yeah, you know what, man? I just noticed this Magneto got paint defects. I must have got it from AS Reyes. Look at that. Look at that. It's not even painted properly. I just noticed that. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see those paint defects? Man, I'm gonna have to hit up Hasbro. Send me another head. Clockwork Gorgeous says I need that Marvel vs. Cable or Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cable ASAP. Yeah, Jay Hernandez has it. That looks dope, man. Yeah, Mr. Jones. AS Reyes strikes again. I'm gonna put that on Facebook. I'll be like, man, I picked this up from Target a while back, and AS Reyes must have switched the helmet. Um, no, but yeah, that was a cool episode. And then like when Wolverine stabbed through Magneto's stomach, and then his arm came out, and his claw started to retract. I was like, oh, he's gonna do it, and he just ripped that metal, the adamantium, just that was a dope scene. Um, and then the fact that Magneto threw the helmet on on Professor X, I was like, dang, why did he do that a long time ago? Like that makes a lot of sense. Why he wouldn't do it a while back. I'm still rocking the old school Nightcrawler right here, just in case y'all are wondering. I've never actually seen that one in the store, the new one, at all. Does the new one have a bendy wire tail? I know that they teased that new Carnage, Marvel Legends Carnage. He has bendy wire. What is it? The bendy wire tentacles or whatever they call it. Tendrils. But this one comes with a sword. The other one doesn't. No bendy wire tail. Oh, that sucks. They really missed out on that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could throw a wire in there if you knew how to manufacture toys. I don't know how to manufacture toys, so I can't really do that. But it was a very good episode. Um, again, Leech is on Magneto's mind as much as it was on our minds last live stream. Magneto was like, I would not have destroyed the world had y'all not killed Leech. He looked me in the face and I said, don't worry, little one. It'll be okay. Uncle Magnus is here to save the day. Everyone's going to be all right. Just go night night. And then, boom, Sentinel Spider thing killed Omega level mutant Leech. And then Magneto's like, I can't do this no more. I can't do it. And I'm just wondering how many people are gonna cosplay as Magneto from episode 8 with the black underwear and power collar thing, power choker. I might just cosplay as him. Who knows? I might do that. By the way, if you're in the California area, June 1st, I will be at Frankenson in the morning. So if you're in California, come say hello. I might cosplay as Magneto over there. Who knows? It's in California. Nobody knows me. I can do whatever I want. The last time I was in California, I told my wife I was like, I'm not gonna wear a shirt like 80% of the time that we're here, and I didn't. I walked randomly into stores, and they were just like, all right, I guess. Uh, Savage Saint says facts. Hashtag for Leech. Rick Jones says tendrils and tentacles are the same thing. Okay, all right, I'm good with that. Mr. Jones says A is raised took the Benny wire on all items at the factory. God, strikes again, man. Man Lodge 44 says, then I watched his eyeballs melt. Rick Jones says, I wonder if Spider-Man and Fantastic Four would get cartoons. Dude, if they did Spider-Man 98, 97, whatever they left off, that would be dope too. Although I don't know. Because I like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man the most. Like everybody else worldwide agrees he was the best Peter Parker. And so, like, if we got college age Peter Parker with the pastel color striped shirts and dusty blonde hair, he wasn't that funny, really. Like, I don't remember him being that funny. So, I don't know. I would want them to get Andrew Garfield to voice him. Dan Spick says, we've heard it here first. Leech was Omega level mutant. I'm saying, Magneto was like, you took out one of the strongest mutants ever. So I have to kill the world. That's crazy. All for Leech. Matlogic44 says, yo, for real, I might actually be there. Yes. I'm going to be in the California area that week, and I have made plans and set aside that date. Saturday, June 1st, Frankenson. I'll be walking around, window shopping, being like, hey, do you know who I am? Actually, I probably will do that. I probably will record me acting a fool down there as well if I can, if I don't get in trouble for doing it. California got different laws than Texas. I don't know how to talk my way out of them. Miss Jones says 98. Okay, Spider-Man 98. Now that's where I'd watch Spider-Man 98. Leech watch, yes. watch. Yes. Oh, that's messed up, man. And his eyes melted. Rick Jones says Iron Man, Hulk, bring back all of the animated series. I never saw the Iron Man cartoon. I know it was a cartoon. I never seen it though. I never saw the Fantastic Four one either. Now I'm thinking about it, man. And I don't know why. I don't know if it was a dream I had or what. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I could have swore they were making a episodic series of Spider-Man's neighbors. I forgot what it was be called, but I've never found any evidence of it. I don't know where I read it. I don't know why that would have came into my head. It had to have been something Spider-Man neighbors show. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man TV series. Nope. Oh, look, they are making a Spider-Man TV show, cartoon. Says the animated series follows Peter Parker on his way to becoming Spider-Man in the MCU with a journey unlike we've ever seen and a style that celebrates the character's early comic book roots in its animation. It's already set for 2 seasons. Already has Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, Paul F. Tompkins tied to it. That's interesting. Oh yeah, the new Spider-Man cartoon changed his name. Silver Surfer had a crazy series. I didn't know he even had a series. I'm about to see that one too. They go back and watch all these things. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Yeah, that's coming out. All right, sweet. I wonder. So Tom Holland is gonna be Spider-Man. That would be interesting. But yeah, it already has Kingpin, Daredevil, Bentley Whitman, and one of the thumbnails has Doctor Strange and Venom in it. No, no, that's not Venom. That guy's forearms. Used to be freshman year, I think. Oh, okay. It says 2024. I don't know when it's gonna come. Do you know when it's gonna come out? When it's gonna air? Because they don't have a whole lot of information about it. They do have some. But yeah. Oh, then Morph was Mr. Sinister. That was cool. He tried to lie. He was like, "Let's go back. Uh, Bastion, we can't take it." Oh, Bastion's mom died. That was the other one. Dude by Nathan says Spider-Man's Neighbors sounds like a Sony spinoff of their Universal Spider-Man characters or whatever it's called. See, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was something like a spinoff from it or something, man. I cannot remember what it was. For some reason, I feel like I read that somewhere and it never happened. And I don't know anybody else that has been like, oh yeah, I remember that. Mr. Jones says they put a bunch of pics of the show out last year and it looks like Steve Ditko art in animated form. I don't know, it seems pretty cool. I hope it's not like oh yeah, I'm looking at some more pictures now. Savage Saint says, I'd love to see a live action Spider Man and his amazing friends. It's kind of like Three's Company, but superhero. Just have Spider Man doing all this slapstick comedy like, what was it, John Ritter? Yeah, I'd watch that. I'd watch mostly anything with Spider Man. I never got into the, when they're little, like, big headed kids, like little bobblehead characters. That's a little too childish for me. I was like, nah, I'm alright. I don't have to watch that one. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Yeah, it used to be called Freshman Year. Spider-Man Freshman Year. So that's weird because a lot of people were like they liked the Spider-Man movies because they're like, cool, we didn't have to sit through an origin story. But now they're gonna do a cartoon that ties into MCU about the origin story. So that's interesting. Oh, it says Tom Holland is not a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Interesting. I don't know. This could be a rumor. But yeah, that'll be cool. I'll watch that. As long as it doesn't tie into Miss Marvel. We all know that was a dumb show. There's a guy at my work that he likes that. He liked Miss Marvel so much, and so I always try to knock it as much as I can when I'm at work. But yeah, no, episode 10, it was good. I liked it. Loved where they're going with it. Loved the direction. Bone Claws Wolverine. That's what's up. Savage Saint says Aunt May as Mrs. Roper. Flash is like Larry. The bar is the Regal. Bugle. Get it done. I need a. It's gonna be a fan fiction. I'm gonna have to write that fan fiction. Miss Jones says I love Miss Marvel. Don't say that. No, I'm just kidding. You can say it. It could have been better. Speaking of can't wait for Warbird. Oh yeah, Mr. Jones and like four other people were able to successfully pre-order Warbird from Target. Apparently, that was another miss by Target's pre-ordering system. Of course, we all know Target's famous for allowing you to pre-order and then delaying your 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 pre-order and then canceling your pre-order. And it's crazy too because some people's like Target will send an email like, "Hey, the date change. Are you cool with that?" And if you don't respond back fast enough, yes, they'll cancel your pre-order right then and there. It's very bizarre. But that Warbird does look cool on that Black Widow body. So that should be an amazing figure. Although the only thing is the hair always is gonna limit everything that happens with any of those figures. So that kind of sucks. Your boys got toys says who installed this pre-order software, Ms. Marvel? Exactly. Exactly. Ms. Marvel did it. Or that other guy who was her boyfriend slash enemy slash I don't really know if he was a bad guy. Oh, get rid of the spoiler sign. I forgot about that. All right, we're back now. We're back. We're talking about Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and we're talking about Miss Marvel. We're talking about Warbird. We're talking about what's the other thing we're talking about? Carnage, the Marvel Legends Carnage was also announced. Now, do y'all think that's going to be an in deluxe figure, like the 29.99, 34.99 price range? Or do you think they're gonna allow that to be a 24.99 figure? Let me know in the comment section. That's how professional live streamers do things. They ask a question, they say, "Let me know in the comment section what you think about that." Mr. Jones says Walmart won't always cancel. Sometimes they'll send you something completely different. Really? I've never had that happen. I've had Walmart cancel one item on me. Mr. Jones says, "Yeah, I bet he's deluxe." Man, that's gonna suck. Like it's not the consumer's fault. Oh, you know what? I just realized my camera wire has a cut in it. That's probably why I have issues with it. Rick Jones says Carnage sucks. Carnage chupas. That's how you say sucks in Spanish, I think. Saki's GR says probably $39. Dang, you think it'd be an additional 15 on top? I could see 10. I could see the other 10 because it's what 8.5 inches figure, I think. God, that's gonna be a large figure. More for 6 inches, so he'll be about this tall. I guess he'll be closer. I guess he'll be slightly taller than the movie Venom. The movie was not good. Oh yeah, the movie wasn't that great. Mark G, welcome back. Oh, well, we're like we're done with spoilers, and I have Morph in my hand. No, but we are done with the X-Men spoilers. Thank you everyone for tuning in to that show and speaking about it. The movie was not good. I thought it was okay. I thought the movie was okay. The Venom movie I also thought was okay. I like watching it. I thought it was okay. It's not a great movie, but I like watching it. I do need to go back and rewatch There Will Be Carnage though. And I'm assuming they'll probably use that same buck, as we say in the industry, toy collectors and what. Imagine they'll reuse that buck for maybe a potentially comic version as well, similar to how they did Venom. Speaking of Venom, they got a new Venom coming out too, the retro carded Venom, with the holes plugged, from what I'm understanding. So he doesn't have holes in his shoulders, and he has a closed mouth head. Savage Saint says they definitely limited Warbird stock because of the sale. She'll go back up. Might be like Widow, but she'll go back up again. Yeah, and I think that she'll be easy to find. Some places, like Austin, Texas, they get quite a bit of the Target exclusives, like before the release, and then they sell out, and then they're gone after that. Like the Tracksuit Mafia, I saw a bunch of them, and I was like, I just need one. I got two on pre-order, and then I left all the other ones on the shelf, and then Target canceled that on me. I was like, ah, that kind of sucked. Kind of a sore spot for me. Mr. Jones says, yeah, I pre-ordered the retro G.I. Joe Classified Crimson Guard, and when I finally got my package, it was a retro gung ho. And when I went to check my orders, they replaced it on my list too. Oh man, that's such a shady Walmart move. Mark C says, I like that new Venom. Their articulation style would have been good on the Sabretooth that came out recently. Yeah, I saw other people saying that as well. And yeah, they said it's like a bigger Renew Your Vows buck. Rick Jones says, Venom is a Walmart exclusive. I hope I get it. Walmart exclusives are a little bit better than Target exclusives. I will say that. Saki's GR says, I rarely see any Marvel Legends on shelves at my Target store here in San Diego. Dang, I'm going to be near San Diego later this month. That's going to suck if they don't have anything. I mean, I probably won't go over there for action figures, but if I'm going there for some alcohol or cookies, I'm probably I take a gander at the toy aisle and see. But it won't be out that time. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, no, the Venom looks cool. I like the Venom character, and the fact that it comes with that closed mouth head is also kind of cool. That'd be dope. Yeah. And people are starting to get the what's that saber-tooth tiger? What's his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Like I want to say Zazu, but I think that's the bird from Lion King. Zaba? Is it Zaba? Zabu. Is it Zabu? Am I making up words? I might be making up words. Zabu. Okay, all right. Thank you, Mark C. Uh, yeah, that people are starting to see that one coming in, so that's cool. Which is where the cable's coming from as well. But someone had posted what figure did they? Oh, they posted the whole build a figure together. It was kind of cool. Smilodon, no such thing as a saber-toothed tiger. What? A Smilodon sounds like a dinosaur that has a smile all the time. Kazar and Zabu. Now I got me looking up Smilodon. Help I type here. Smilodon. Saber-toothed cats, it says. Smilodon is a genus of felids, belong to extinct subfamily. Oh god, Machairodontinae. It is one of the best known saber-toothed predators and prehistoric something or another. I can't read the rest of that part because it got cut off. Saber-toothed cats. Okay, so I can say saber-toothed cat. Also, it kind of bothers me that when I don't know why it bothers me, but it does. When people write Sabretooth from X-Men, they would type Sabertooth when it's Sabretoth. I don't know why that bothers me, but it does. Mark C says, you played yourself when you decided to look up big words. I had no idea I was going to be reading scientific words. I would never looked it up. I'd have just been like, point taken. Just moved on. I didn't know they're going to go scientific words with us. But no, I don't know. I don't know why. It bothers me when I see people write saber tooth and it's the wrong kind of saber. Speaking of saber tooth, that larger saber tooth is a dope saber tooth figure. Socks GR says, grammar please. Marcus C says, the one time Joey B would have been useful. Yeah. Dang it, man. I meant to ask him if he want to hop on this weekend, but I totally forgot to see if he would. I'm gonna get back to having guests on soon. Once I get my life straight and start pretending like I know what I'm doing again. Then we'll start to have people back on the stream as guests, special guests. But yeah, no. So one day it'll happen. What else came out? What other news? Let's see. NECA Holothon is going strong. People been snatching up that Jack Kirby figure. That's kind of cool. They made a figure of him. People are like, I can put it with my Stan Lee, but he's NECA scale and he's cartoony, so it's not gonna look that great together. It might. I don't know. I don't think it will. I think the two styles will clash too much. But they do have that Jack Kirby coming out or available. People are seeing it at the stores and such. Um, I have not seen it at a Target. I've seen some of the other turtle stuff. I saw the Usagi Yojimbo there at Target one time. I saw what else did I see? Saw the gargoyles, the newer gargoyles that were popping out. Other than that, I haven't seen a whole lot. Let's see. Saki's GR says, so instead of the hood calendars, should we be expecting saber tooth calendars? Oh, actually, I have been. I'm probably gonna get hood calendars out again this year because people were asking. Way more people asked me about it last year than I think I sold the previous year. So I was like, oh crap, I should have made some. I didn't. I failed. That's my bad. But I have a bunch of ideas, so I'm gonna bust out the real camera, take real photos, so that way they look real crisp when they get printed out. Savage Saint says, at least we got the challenge Mr. J segment out of the way. That's true. That's true. Mr. Jones is always up for the challenge, which is great. Dubai 9000 says, how's the toy wranglers doing? Man, we have missed so many opportunities to talk, to chit chat and stuff. So hopefully I can get him on the live stream soon. I might have to get him on the live stream soon. Uh, let's see. Mark C says NECA Jack Kirby with McFarlane toys tied bare butt. Bare butt. Oh, that's not gonna sit right at all. Barefoot cubicle McFarlane. I don't know why I went bare butt. I don't know why Todd McFarlane made me think that. Molotov folk tales. What's going on? Says what up all? Don't forget that to high five that like button on your way through. It's the price of admission for the show. 13 watching, just hit that thumb, y'all. I appreciate that. Ms. Jones says, I have two Kirby. One I got from Target last month. The other came from AliExpress. Oh, snap. AliExpress. My buddy ordered me one of those 112 drafting tables like Veebs used with his Kirby. Yeah, the one, Ms. Jones, you had it for from Etsy, right? You that's where you sent me the link from Etsy. That is pretty cool. Yeah, I saw the when you sent that to me, I was like, that's a dope idea. Yeah, if you're looking for a drawing table, I think they're on Etsy. I believe that's where Mr. Jones has sent it to me from. Uh, Marcus. No, but yeah, that figure is cool. And then I saw earlier today someone was arguing with Toy Shiz, and they were like, I don't know what all these YouTubers are talking about. It's not really Jack Kirby, and yet, and then so Toy Shiz posted all the stuff that's like in loving memory of Jack Kirby, in honor of Jack Kirby. The bottom of the box for that Jack Kirby figure has that they got permission from the Jack Kirby family and stuff like that. So that guy was just kind of talking crazy at this point. Oh, that's what I want to talk about too. Savage Saint said, Sonny, did you catch the Tom Brady roast? I have not caught all of it yet. I've been watching it with my wife. It's long, it's 3 hours. We still got 45 minutes left to go. We just finished the portion where Gronk did his roast, and then we decided, okay, let's hold off and finish. I think no, I'm sorry. I think Andrew Schultz was announced to go up, and then we stopped it. So then we're gonna finish the rest probably tomorrow. But I will say it's good. I like it. Some people are like, "Oh, I don't like it." A lot of comedian homies of mine are like, "Oh, so they just got a bunch of unfunny people to say stuff about Tom Brady, blah blah blah." But those are also the people that don't follow football. So it's like, I think if you follow football, I think you're gonna enjoy that roast more than people who don't follow football. But I thought it was still pretty good roast. Now, granted, because I follow football, I follow all the issues with Tom Brady and stuff like that. I get the references. Like most of the references are pretty easy to catch for me, but um, there are a few things where I had to explain to my wife, like, oh, okay, this is what they're referring to, and she's like, oh, okay, I get that. That's funny. Um, I had to tell her, I was like, yeah, Bill Belichick, that's his old coach, and stuff like that. But I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. I thought Drew Bledsoe was probably one of the strongest roasters on there. I thought his stuff was hilarious. He was good. Uh, I like that Tony Hinchcliffe went for it and said a bunch of stuff he probably should not have. Uh, I did want to know. I think it was Jeffrey Ross that mentioned the massages that Robert Kraft had got busted for, and Tom Brady was like, "Ah, you got to cut that one. That one ain't gonna fly no more," which is kind of messed up. But yeah, it was good. I liked it. I'm liking it. Haven't finished it all. Marcy says, "Oh yeah, Happy Mother's Day to Maka still. Oh, she'll say thank you. Actually, she'll be like, oh, thank you, Marcus. You're so sweet." Because that's the way my mom talks. You can tell 'cause that thick Mexican accent that she has. No, no, we went to go eat with them earlier today. Man Lodge 44 says it was good, solid for 3+ hour show. Yeah, dude, we were like, oh, let's watch it. It was like midnight. I was like, let's just watch this roast real quick. I was like, holy cow, 3 hours long. So that's why we kind of cut it up. But we saw an hour the first time. We saw an hour today, and then, like I said, we're gonna kill off the rest of it. Probably tomorrow. Savage Saint says it was great. Most of the athletes is great, and Kevin was the worst of the comedians, but he hosted well. Yeah, he was really, really stretching it. Like I keep telling everybody, I want to become that famous of a comedian. I don't really have to be that funny, and people will still laugh because of who I am. That's all that I want to do in life. I thought the Ron Burgundy part was gonna do amazing, and it kind of fell flat. It's like he was falling in and out of character, and I was like, dude, you came out as Ron Burgundy, stick to Ron Burgundy. I don't feel like he really stuck to Ron Burgundy all that much. I thought it was cool that Bill Belichick finally showed some kind of character. Like he actually seemed like a normal dude. And also he seems younger now. Is that just me? I'm tripping. Like he seems younger now that he's not coaching the Patriots. But he was cool. It was cool to see him be a good sport about people making fun of him as well. But yeah, no, I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. I'm liking it so far. Tom Brady only has like three different expressions. Uh, I don't think his forehead is capable of movement at this point. Every time he laughs or does an expression, nothing happens in his forehead. It's crazy. Malodge 44 says, "What do you think about this rumor? It was staged. Ross went in on Kraft so that Brady would come up, signaling to everyone else to lay off Kraft." Hey, that could be a potential. That could make that makes sense. But also, most of them had their stuff written for them. So maybe that was just maybe that was a signal to the audience, like you're not going to hear any more about the Robert Kraft massages or anything like that. I also would like to know who wrote for each person because I think they throw in some of their own ideas, but usually they have actual comedians write their stuff as well. But I thought Nikki Glazer did pretty good. Sakis GR says, "Who is your favorite stand-up comedian?" I love Wendy Liebman. My favorite stand-up comedian is probably gonna still be Mitch Hedberg. I think he's hilarious. I wish he would not have OD'd and he was still with us. That way we could still get his comedy and he could still have his life. But yeah, I think Mitch Hedberg probably gonna be the one. Savage Saint says Tony, Nikki, and Andrew crushed it. Yeah, I haven't seen Andrew's part, but uh, yeah, Nikki Glazer did good. Tony Hinchcliffe, I like that he came out. I like that he moved around, like he moved around the stage, and uh, even my wife, she was asking, she was like, "Why?" She was like, "He's in the audience. Why did it say he's like it said his name in the credits?" She was like, "Why he's in the audience?" So I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." Molotov Folktale says Minnesota represent. He's my personal favorite as well. Sonny, yeah, that dude, man, he was the way he wrote stuff was genius, man. And then sometimes like, and that's why like when I do my stand up, when I used to do like monotone deadpan, I like that style. I like that Mitch Hedberg did it as well. That's kind of one. Him and Stephen Wright were kind of my influences. Speaking of another Bostoner, I guess, because Tom Brady was in Boston for some time. But uh, yeah, Mitch Hedberg, just even the way he said some things at times, it's like it was just funny just seeing him say the things. Uh, like when he talks about what's the is it Slappy the Frog? I cannot think of the frog's name. But he was like, it's the Canadian version of Smokey the Bear. Smacky. Is it Smacky the Frog? I can't remember now. It's been a while since I saw that special, but like the joke makes no sense, but just the way he plays into it as if it's believable. I like the way he did that. Matt Lodge 44 says Savage Saint, I agree in that order. Yeah. I'm hoping to get on Kill Tony still. You know what's messed up? So this past Monday, I went to sign up for Kill Tony and I saw a comedian homie that I know, and so I went to sign up for the Comedy Mothership and Kill Tony. I got there too late for Comedy Mothership. I missed it, and I was talking to one of the homies, and I was like, uh, I came to sign up for this and Kill Tony, and I missed it, so I'll just wait for Kill Tony. And he was like, Nah, they're not filming Kill Tony. Tony's in Las Vegas or Los Angeles right now with all the Netflix stuff, and I was like, that's right. So I thought my night was ruined. I didn't get anything, but then one of my other comedy homies was like, "Sonny, what's up?" And I was like, "What's up, dude?" And so he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to this open mic over here around the corner at Creek and Cave. If you're gonna ride." I was like, "Let's do it." So we walked on over, and they had the full 30 people on the open mic lineup. Like 30 people had signed up, and then they had a standby list. And I was like, dang, a standby list. But then the dude, I guess he recognized us, so he let us jump the line, which was kind of cool. He let us bump the other comedians. I felt so professional at that point. Uh, no, I'm like, I don't like to be like that, but like it did feel good. It feels good when I go to an open mic and I'm like, oh dang, that's a lot of people. And they're like, man, just write your name wherever. We'll get you in. I'm like, haha, yes. Because I was in Vegas one time doing an open mic and they let two comedians bump the list, and the other comedians got mad. I didn't though. I was like, "Oh, that's dope." And now it happened to me. It's happened to me a few times here in Austin, so it feels good. I'm not gonna lie. It feels good to be able to be recognized like that. Like, oh man, you done did your time. Here you go. Where you want to be. Rick Jones says Stephen Wright was genius. Remember his Space Ghost episode? Oh no, man, I have to go check that out. I used to watch Space Ghost Coast to Coast every now and then, but I didn't get to see it all the time. I didn't check that out though. Molotov Folktale says that Rick Jones, Stephen Wright, Robin Williams, Mitch Hedberg, Carol Burnett. Also, Maria Bamford. You know, I've never seen a Maria Bamford special, but I've heard a lot of her stuff on the Comedy 24/7 on iHeartRadio. I sound like a commercial. I don't know how else to describe it, but she's pretty funny. Yeah, she's funny. I like Louis Anderson. I like Louis Anderson, and then he made Life with Louis, and I was like, oh man, it's even better. I never got to watch his show. What was it with the Zach Galifianakis? Was it? I can't. I never got to watch that show. Mitch Hedberg. Minnesota doesn't suck when it comes to funny people. You know, that's what I've heard. I've heard that quite a bit of people go through Minnesota on their way like to California and New York for stand-up comedy. And I know everybody's coming here now in Austin because I've been watching Kill Tony episodes heavy. Like I maybe catch like one or two episodes a day, and it's a lot of time, but I got a lot of driving time. And a lot of people are moving to Austin. They're like, "Oh, this is I've been doing stand-up comedy for 2 months, so I moved to Austin." I'm like, "What? 2 months and you moved to Austin? Dang, that's crazy." Let's see. Impaler the Monarch, what's going on, man? Stand up I like Lewis Black, Patrice O'Neal. Patrice O'Neal's good, dude. Bill Burr, I do like me some Bill Burr and Maria Bamford and her weird old one person skits. Hey, I bet weird old one person skits would kill like on TikTok and stuff right now. Molotov Folktale says YouTube, this is not happening with Louis and his brother, the Safe Cracker. This is not happening. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. Rick Jones says Patrice O'Neal, R.I.P. He was the best at the time. Yeah. Savage Saint says, "Are you bumping now? That's like halfway to those gratuitous laughs you crave." That's what I'm talking about, man. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. But no, it was cool though, cause like the show that I did, I forgot what they titled it, but the host calls your name and then he shoots one die, I guess. He shoots a die, and whatever the dots you get, that's how many minutes you get on stage. So you can get 1 through 6 minutes. And when he threw the dice with me, it said 2, but he gave me 4 minutes. So I got to do 4 minutes up there. And then my other homie that I had walked up there with, his name is Angelo Vesio. Um, he was telling me, he goes, "Oh, I think he's giving everybody like 4 minutes or longer time." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, I thought I was special. And then he called the next guy up and he was like, "Oh, you got a minute." I was like, "Oh, okay." And I'm back to feeling special now. I feel like I feel like he added time for me. But I did tell the co-host, I was like, "Hey man, I appreciate you letting me go up there, man. Thank you for letting me get in there." And he was like, "Oh man," he goes, "We run a comedy show. We want actual comedians on stage." So he goes, "Whenever you want, man, you're welcome." I was like, "That's what's up." But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It was weird. It was broad daylight outside. So it was and it was performing for all them other comedians that signed up, but a lot of them had their girlfriends with them. I know that sounds weird, just because everybody's like, "Oh, comedians are like, oh, I'm single, blah blah blah." With comedians, you're just single or married on stage. There's no in between, really. Sometimes there's in between, but it gets weird because then people call you out, like, "Oh, what's your girlfriend's name?" "Ah, I don't really have one," or like, "Oh, what's your wife's name?" "Oh, I'm not really married anymore." So it's weird. Or they're like, yeah, I don't know. I try not to lie. Like comedy, you gotta exaggerate it, but I try not to lie anything like that you can't fact check. And then there's sometimes I'll say stuff on stage and they're like, "Oh, he's gotta be joking," and I'm like, "No, that was true. That whole thing was true." 17 says Patrice was a boss. Molotov Folktale says Maria's well documented issues with her mental health issues made for some dark comedy, which is my bread and butter. Hey, I read this thing that said most comedians have some sort of mental health issue. I was like, man, that's crazy. Glad as I'm not one. No, they did say like there was different levels to the God, what is it to the mental health of comedians? Because some of them they have like dark humor, and then there's some that like have the self-deprecating humor, and I don't know. If you ask some of my friends, they'll be like, "Yeah, I don't that fool. Yeah, I can't mention the things online, but come see me at Frankenstein. I'll tell you about them in person." Multifolktel says Steve Hofstetter is another funny dude. I don't. I'm not familiar with that name. Clockwork Gorgeous says when I saw Amy Schumer roast Patrice about his health after he passed, it hit me the wrong way. She actually stole one of his jokes too. I've seen the on this YouTube channel that I go to. Actually, I don't remember which one it was. There's a YouTube channel I go to called Comedy Enforcement. They kind of break down different comedians and stuff. Now they kind of more or less break down the comedian podcast, like the Andrew Schultz Flagrant podcast, uh, the Two Bears One Cave podcast, Joe Rogan's podcast. So it's a little bit too much where they're breaking down those specific people. But they used to break down the different stand-up comedy stuff, and they had mentioned that they put them side by side basically. And she stole one of Patrice O'Neal's jokes. Imperial Monarch says, "What up, Sonny? I'm doing all right. You and everybody in the chat have a good taste in stand-up. We try, we try." I always trip out people because I'm like, I love Nate Bargatze too. People are like, "What?" I don't know. He's fun. I think he's funny, dude. Clockwork Gorgeous says, "I need to find that old cable." Yeah, this one right here, I picked up on Facebook for like an insanely cheap price, and I was like, yes. I thought he mismarked it, but he did not. Savage Saint says Tony Rock was on Math Hoffa recently. You still got beef? I can see why. I still got beef with Tony Rock. I don't think I will ever not have beef with Tony Rock. I just Tony Rock I personally know he's a little whiny, tattletale crybaby, and he goes on stage and acts tough and stuff like that. I'm like, why, dude? Why are you doing that, man? And then when I saw him do stand up live, because I wanted my money, and so they paid me my money to go do one of the shows for him. Uh, all he did was point out black women's stereotypes, and the crowd ate it up. I'm like, dude, there's nothing funny about what you're saying. Like, all he was doing was pointing to one black and was like, "Oh yeah, I see you got your weave, sister. Oh yeah, got her weave all done up." And people were like, "Ah!" I'm just like this. If a white comedian did that, or even a Hispanic comedian did that, or an Asian comedian did that, it would not have got the same laughs, and it would have got looked at differently. So I'm like, you don't really have jokes. You just saying things that in a way to make people laugh. It's kind of weird. But yeah, I still got beef. Still beefing with Tony Rock. Saki GR says Margaret Cho in person is quite low key and calm as compared to her shows, so separation of the art from the artist. I love the show on HBO Max called Hacks. Oh, that's the show. Thank you. That's the show that somebody was telling me to watch, and I still have not watched it. Actually, a friend of mine was on a Netflix show about comedy. Um, MK Paulson. I cannot remember what the show was called, but they followed a bunch of different comedians in LA and how they're trying to get on, get stage time and just get the the bookings that they need and stuff like that. He was on that show. He was I thought he was gonna go further than what the show was portraying him. The show didn't like when the show portrayed him, it wasn't like he was becoming successful or anything like that. But I think he's a really funny dude. Cause like he's a gay dude, but all his jokes are about how straight he, or not a lot of all of his jokes, but a lot of his jokes that he was telling here in Austin were about how straight he was, and it was man, it was art the way he did it, man. I love that. I love the way that fool does his shows. Soccer Jar says, I think you're gonna love that show if you watch it. Yeah, man, I need to watch that one. Old Talk Folktale says it's lazy, low effort hack attempts at comedy. It's not crowd work, and you're not right. Well, uh, no, but like going back to you said Margaret Cho in person is quite low key. That's why I switched my style back to be more like me because I was doing deadpan, monotone, no facial expressions on stage, and I think people thought that was who I really was. And so I'd get off stage and they'd just be like, "Hmm." Every now and then someone will come up to me and start talking to me. But since I stopped doing that, more people come and talk to me. And I like that better because that's how you get people to want to follow you is they're like, okay, this guy is actually friendly. He's okay with me coming up to him. But before, it's like nobody approached me because they thought that's who I was on stage. I mean, they would approach me to try to fight me. That was a common thing. But and then they found out they're like, oh crap, that's not who that is. Clockwork Gorgeous says Tony Rock will still probably, we're gonna say, whine about Will Smith for another decade now. Yeah, he's gonna constantly come out with that. Oh, you found your cable. That's what's up. Yeah, he came with his guns too, but I don't know what I did with them. And but I'm gonna put the gun that this other dude came with him instead. This guy. I think that'll look cooler. Imperial Monarch says, I love that one stand up, but her name too hard to spell to remember. Janine Garofalo. She was in Mystery Men, however you spell it. LMAORFOL. I had a crush on her when I was a kid. Really? Okay, all right. Okay. I always thought when I was younger, I was like Sarah Silverman. I was like, ooh, I guess because she was funny. So I was like, then she had her show, the Sarah Silverman Project. I think that's what it was called. Like Brian Posehn was on there, and that was a. I was like, okay, never mind. Psychic GR says entertainment industry oftentimes is all about image and perception. It's good that you're sticking more to what you feel is more authentic to yourself. Yes, that is very true. Because there we go. All right. Mr. Jones says, I thought Sarah Silverman was hot too as a kid. Yeah. I don't know. It was, and the Sarah Silverman Project was a show that I was just like, okay. But I still think she's funny though. She's very funny. Yeah, no, like so yeah, the entertainment industry is all about your image and what they can portray and what they can have you sell for them, which is kind of funny because I guess it was last year sometime. One of the bigger casting directors here in Texas, specifically in Austin, but she's also did for like Dallas, Houston, El Paso, I think. She passed away, and they did a Zoom um, memorial for her, and it was ran by my old agent, and they posted to her page. Her name was Donise Hardy. They posted to her page, hey, we're gonna have this memorial for Donise. If you want to come on, here's the Zoom link. And so I jumped into the Zoom link, and they're like, can somebody, if you want to say a few words about her? And I popped on first because everybody was nervous, which was crazy. So I'm like, you have all these actors fighting for attention, and they ask you to say some kind words about your potentially one of your friends from back in the day, and you have nothing to say. So I chimed in because I'd worked with her several times. She never booked me for anything, but I ran camera for her for a lot of her auditions, so I learned a lot that way. But I did chime in, and I was like, I like Donnie's for her honesty. The first time she met me, she was like, now Sonny, um, you're a ghetto person. You need to stop doing that. And I was like, what? And I get what she meant though. I get what she meant because a lot of times, like when they're looking for, oh, we want this gang member, we want this gangster person, we want this ghetto person in our film, in our commercial, in our PSA, whatever. They don't want an actual ghetto person. They just want somebody who can portray the stereotype of that. And so, like even when I got my agent, she was like, "Oh, you look like the type of person that could rob me in the parking lot." And I was like, "Probably. I got a 9 millimeter on my waist." And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "What? I didn't say that. My bad." But yeah, she had told me, she was like, "Yeah," she was like, "There's an image you got to sell and all this stuff like that." I was like, "Ah, that sucks." But that's kind of why I kind of shied more away from acting and stuck with stand up comedy because you can be whatever you want in stand up comedy, and it's your own words. Mr. Jones says, "Don't get so deep into the industry that you end up on quiet on the set too." Dude, I wondered about that because my parents gave me a knife at such an early age. They're like, if anybody touches you or you think they're about to touch you, just start stabbing them. Well, that makes sense. Imperative Monarch says, Sarah Silverman cute too. I had a crush on her. Her sister with squinty eyes. Clockwork Gorge says, remember when Sarah made a video that she's banging Matt Damon? That was hilarious. I do remember that. Man, I remember that. Clockwork Gorge says, Hector, I'm gonna be the Hector number two. I'm gonna be Hector two. Hector Jr. I'll be Hector Lights. I'll be Hector Light. Saki GR says, she should have seen your Marvel Legends collection. That's worth a lot of money, and the that probably disqualifies you as a ghetto person. But this was all before that. This was when I was like, let me see. We made Idiocracy. I auditioned for Idiocracy in 2003. So we made it in 2003. So I was 20 at the time. Damn, that was 20 years ago. I was 20 at the time, and yeah, it was a wild time. I think I mentioned one time on the live stream. I'll say it again if I haven't. But when I auditioned, there was this car coming down the parking lot area, and I was coming. They had like a, I don't know, like a Honda Accord or something, and uh I was coming in my 72 Skylark, and we were driving fast, like coming like we're going at each other a little bit, and then we both slid over slightly, and we barely crossed paths, like barely missed each other. Like I would have took off his mirror almost, and I was like, "Oh, that was sweet, Fast and the Furious style." What? That's not what that guy thought. That guy got upset, came and approached my window, all like, blah, arguing, yelling, whatever. It was a big dude. And I had my sides on my seat, and I was like, man, I gotta go do this audition. But I went ahead and took out this Bowie knife that I had tucked under my seat, and I was like, or do I handle this situation? And I was like, seriously thinking about it, like, should I go try to do this movie thing, or should I approach this dude who's right here at my window screaming, threatening me? I guess he saw the knife. He left, but I was like, "Oh, that okay, cool." He made a decision for me. Anyways, I went and did the audition, and they liked me, and they gave me additional sides to read, and then I got my role. So here we are. It's cool. It worked out in the long run, and I hope that guy one time saw Idiocracy, and he was like, "That guy was gonna stab me." I was like, "I wasn't gonna stab you unless you tried to injure me." I actually thought he was gonna try to break through my window because if you know old vehicles, they don't have the toughest of windows at this point. Let's see right here, the toughest of windows. So like, he could throw an elbow and it broke my window. Like whenever I roll up that window, I like crank up that window. I get nervous because I'm like, oh, it's gonna shake too much and vibrate and break. Like very fragile windows. But nothing happened. I got the audition. I got the role. So shout out to that guy. He put me in the right mindset somehow because he got my adrenaline all like I guess because he got my adrenaline going, it took away my nerves, and I just went in there and did the audition. They liked me enough that they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna put you in there." I'm like, "Oh, sweet." I should have told Donise. See, Donise, me being ghetto helped me get that. And she'd be like, "That's not what I'm talking about, Sonny." No, she was cool. Um, someone she sold her casting agency to someone else, but I don't know who she sold it to. But I was gonna do a special video for the channel members. Shout out to all channel members. But when I tried to record it in the car, it was too hot. It's already getting hot here in Texas. I don't know what's like over there where y'all are at, but in Texas it's already way too hot, and my phone was shutting off because when you record, uh, it it gets hot. It gets hot faster, and then the sun beaming down through the window, it doesn't help out either. So it kind of sucks. And Paler the Monarch says, Sonny, do you spit rap? Your voice sounds like you could flow. I don't. However, I keep telling people that's a running joke on Facebook that my mixtape's coming out soon. Actually, a friend of mine has actually told me, he was like, fool, look, man, you keep saying this. Why don't we just do them? So we may end up doing one. I told my wife about it. Well, I didn't tell him. I told my wife about it like 2, 3 years ago when he brought the idea to me, and she sent me a picture of some old suburban white woman rapping, and she was like, "Look, if she can do it, you can too. How come it's not? How come y'all ain't done it yet?" So I think she's kind of pushing me into it as well. Not pushing me into it, um, encouraging me. She's encouraging me to take up a rap career at 40 years old. Now, I originally said that I would do it because I was like creating content for everyone, and if it's just another avenue of content to create, I'm down for it. Mark C has the eyeballs going. I'm not even sure what the eyeballs are for. Is it for the rap, for the mixtape? Impaler Monarch says, I have some tight beats. Just saying, oh, really? Well, we're always looking for beats. So Mullah Time folk tales. Yes, I am 40 years old. I turned 40 last year. I don't look 40. I guess you can't tell because I got a fresh cut. But yeah, I'm one of the older guys of the world. Clockwork Orange says you need to get a phone holder that holds onto the AC. Is that a lower of the car? I never knew how to say that word because it's not Spanish. But I have that. However, I have to have it full blast and then you can't hear me. So I got to figure out a way. I guess I can stream through StreamYard with my Bluetooth headset. That's a good point. Because I've tried to do it through YouTube, straight through YouTube, and with the vent, with the phone right there on the AC vent, but the AC has to be cranked up high, and it's like, and then some people were saying they could hear that, and I had to turn it lower and lower, and it was still getting too hot. But I should do that. I forgot about that. StreamYard will let me use my Google Pixel Buds. I say name brands so that one day they'll be like, "Oh, you use this product? Let's sponsor you. Here's $1 million." I'm like, "Yes." Clockwork says Louvre. I don't even know how to pronounce it. You like put it phonetically, and I still can't pronounce it. Oh man. Molotov Folktale says, "Dude, I'm 48, but your face shows good living, free of drama." I try to stay free of drama. People are like, "How come you don't like?" I don't really get anxiety, which is crazy. People are like, "You don't stress." I'm like, "Not really." I grew up poor. There's not a whole lot more I can stress about. I've been in some tough situations, so it is what it is. But yeah, that's what I've heard. Two people were like, "Man, you don't stress out." Nah, I don't. Even at work, people are like, "Oh my goodness, what are we gonna do?" I'm like, "Nah, we're gonna chill, just see what happens." Some people don't like that. They're like, "That's too chill." I don't know about that. Some people are like, "I don't know why my supervisor is not panicking right now." I'm like, "Because I don't panic. You gotta watch yourselves." But also it causes less drama and stress for the people under me. So, just stay stress free. Molotov Folktale says less drama than most vices, etc. You're not your. Oh, it's all good, man. But you are face shows. Nah. Sonny with the Manscaped sponsor. Y'all like this? I'm wearing my V-necks. Y'all can see them growing out my chest hair. Right there. No, I'm just kidding. I don't shave my chest anymore. I shaved it one time for an audition. I said it before, right? I auditioned for Twilight Part 3 or something. I don't know. One of the vampire book movie. And they made me shave my chest. I had to shave my chest hair. I had to shave my face. I had to shave my underarms. I had to shave all basically my torso hair. And it was very weird. I had never done that before. It did not make me more aerodynamic when I was swimming. Probably because I'm a terrible swimmer. But then it grew back and itched like crazy. At the time, I was rocking wife beaters under everything that I wore. I don't know why. Probably because it was like the early 2000s. But when the chest hair started growing back, I couldn't wear wife beaters no more, and I just never went back to them. But yeah, I had to manscape chest hair. It was weird. I mean, if you do it, cool. But I've heard waxing is better because it doesn't grow. I don't know. I don't know why I've heard that. Don't ask me why I've heard that. I wasn't talking to friends about shaving chest or anything like that. It came about because someone saw me without a shirt and they're like, "You shave?" And I was like, "For an audition." And then they started talking about it. Clockwork Gorgeous says Sonny is a gang leader on an indie film about skating. Yes, yes, I am. It's called what is it called? East of the Highway. That one, man, that one was my homie Will Martin. He made a short film about kids in school, and he picked me to be a kid. I was like 22 at the time, but I looked young. And it was in the middle of July, and he was like, "Hey, you're gonna be the coat wearing kid." And I'm like, "Oh, what are you talking? Coat wearing kid? What kind of school did you go to?" So I wore this humongous coat in the middle of July in this hot classroom. It was terrible. And he's like talking to all the people that, because it was a short film, I volunteered for it. And he's talking to everybody afterwards. And I'm like, "Yeah, man, it was kind of crazy." I was like, I go, they had the problem with heat on the set of Idiocracy. And he was like, oh, were you an extra in that movie? And I was like, no, I was an actor in that movie. And I go, but they had to keep bringing in an air conditioner tube, cool us off, and then they took it away, filmed because it was making too much noise. So I was like, then they film, bring it back, cool us off, take it out. I was like, it was a back and forth thing. I go, so I've worked in a hot situation before. He was like, "Oh man, I got this other feature film that I'm looking at, and maybe you could have a speaking part." So I did a speaking part. This fool had a. He goes, "Hey man, do you have any guns?" I was like, "Yeah, I got some guns." He was like, "Bring your guns, but he's like, don't bring any ammo." And I was like, "What?" And my mind, my ghetto mind, I was like, "He's gonna rob me for my guns." I see how this goes. So I had brought two guns. A wink. Two guns to the set, and because I was like, man, I don't know what he's trying to do. But it involved guns, and he had us waving around guns and acting in broad daylight with no permit. At any time, police could have came through and we would have got arrested. But we made the film. Now he's in Australia. He went to visit, got sponsored by a family, been there for like 2 years, and he finally got his it's not a citizenship, it's something else, residency or something. He got that now. He's in Australia. He's a cool dude though. He's a real fun dude. Saki's GR says, I hate drama, but I am bad with controlling stress. I don't do yoga either, which probably would help. I can't do yoga because I'm not flexible. Also, I can't do yoga because I heard that people fart when they do yoga, and I will laugh. I'm 40, but that's still funny to me when a fart happens when it's not supposed to, or when a fart happens unexpectedly. I'm still gonna laugh. Marcus C says, "Were you supposed to be a vampire or a werewolf?" I was supposed to be. Well, I'm not supposed to be. I auditioned for an Italian vampire. They were looking for people who were actually of some sort of Italian descent. And since I am a quarter Italian, I put that and I got the audition for it. But it was hilarious too, man, because at the time I was filming auditions for people. So I taped two other people auditioning for it. And just to see dudes like no shirt, like trying to pop their boobs and stuff as they're doing the lines, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I should have never agreed to this audition. But I did. I agreed to it and I did it. But I didn't get the role, obviously. I didn't get the sparkle on the screen. Mark C says, MFR, I was one of those coat wearing kids. Oh man, I was confused. Like, coat wearing kid. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I was like, we had gang members and drug dealers at my school. We also had preppy kids, but they weren't coat wearing kids. Sox GR says, I hear kangaroos are pretty tough. I hear they are too. I've seen some fight. Mark C says, now the Namor cosplay feels like a callback to that role. Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, shout out to God, what's this fool's name that played Namor? I can't even think of his name right now. But yeah, he reposted that. That was dope. He didn't give me a whole lot of followers, but he reposted it. I thought that was cool. Impaler Monarch says, after I told a pretty woman on Facebook I can't read English, now she never typed back. Joke sucks for her, but it was still funny to me. That's hilarious, dude. Savage says, legal disclaimer, he means no permits for filming, not the guns. Right, Sonny? No, he had no permits for anything. I had a permit to carry. I had a permit to carry. That was my part. Oh yeah, de no cuerta. No, yeah, I had a permit to carry. I didn't have a permit to wave it around in broad daylight at people. But and then I wasn't there when he filmed the one scene, but he actually fired blanks off in a public garage that they did not close off. And we even filmed, so we filmed that, and then we filmed another short film of his. So I played the gang leader. Oh, that's right. I played the gang leader in his feature film East of the Highway. And then he ended up wanting me to play a different role when he got a bigger budget to reboot the movie. So then I played a different role, and we filmed at some house at a basically a subdivision that was being brand new built on Airport Boulevard over here in Austin. Because in the scene he's acting like they're gonna we're gonna burn the houses down, that they're being gentrified in our neighborhood. And so like he has gas cans and everything, and it's nighttime because that's when we're filming at night. And police rolled up, like a lot of police rolled up, and they're asking him, "Oh, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, we're filming this film." They're like, "Did you get permits?" He's like, "No, I didn't know about it." Blah blah. It's like he's trying to lie his way through it, and like they're making everybody sit down on the curb. Like they got one of the guys who was an older guy. They cuffed him. They were like trying to figure out what everybody was doing, and so they got all situated, sorted out, and then like everybody's like, "Oh man, okay, let's start wrapping up and get everything out of here." And then I walk over to where they're at, and they're like, "Sonny, where'd you go?" And I was like, "Bro, the sirens, the lights, I I bounced." I was like, "Y'all not gonna find me." Uh, I found a little corner, a little hiding spot in one of the empty houses, and I ducked off. And I was like, "Y'all not catching me." I was like, "Y'all gonna y'all gonna get arrested. I'm gonna walk home later. I'll stay here however long I want to." But yeah, he was like, "Man," he goes, "How come you didn't tell us where to hide?" I was like, "Y'all, look, y'all grown adults. Y'all can hide yourselves." But yeah, I was like, "I'm not getting caught. I'm not getting caught for this film. That's not even my film." Soccer GR says, "Scary considering what happened to that Baldwin film." The Baldwin film, though, yeah, I know, yeah, because they were shooting blanks, but a real bullet got loaded, which sucks. But yeah, like whenever I film with guns, I always make sure that the magazines are fully unloaded, and I keep any bullets, I keep them on me. I don't ever let them be put into the magazines and stuff like that. Because there was one where someone was like, "Oh, I want to show where I chambered around." I was like, "Well, you're not going to show that." It was for a music video. I was like, "We're not going to show that. Yeah, I don't want that to." Because like a lot of times when you film with people that with guns, they get all excited. Some of them have never really handled a gun, and like I don't want any mishaps. So there is one film or one music video that I filmed where we do fire off a round, like a live round for it, but uh I made the dude. I was like, "Yeah, keep your hand right here." I go, when I'm gonna go far away. I'm gonna zoom into the gun just so we can have that the recoil and have the shell eject. And so we filmed it, but I was like, "This got to be as safe as possible." And he only had one round each time. He was like, "Dude, you only trust me with one round?" I go, "I don't trust you with any rounds." But I go, "You want this for the shot?" I go, "It makes sense for the video." And so it sucked too because after I filmed that video is when I got detained by police, and then they questioned me and tried to arrest me because his music video was about getting revenge on a woman who cheated on him. And so he was like, "Bring some shovels, duct tape, rope, zip ties, some guns, some knives, machetes, all kinds of stuff." And I had all that stuff in my trunk, and I got busted by the police like for trespassing. they they went to go put my guns in my trunk, and they were like, "Is anything shouldn't be back there?" And I was like, "Oh man, this all this stuff." And yeah, it was it was a crazy night. It was just put it that way. It was a crazy night. They let me go though. Clockwork Gorgeous says, "Scary thing. There's a dude that shot himself with black point blank, a blank point blank, thinking he would survive." Yeah, so they still expand. Uh, they would still discharge uh a flash basically. So what a blank is just it's pretty much like you still got the casing, and it's just crimped at the top, but there's still gunpowder in there. So it's still something's still gonna fly out. Let's see. Impaler Mark says, uh, like on the Crow set. Yeah, that was another one with the blank. Or I think they said it was a real bullet that somehow got in there. Something got lodged in the blank. Savage Saint says, "New T-shirt, the lights, the sirens. I bounced." Yeah, dude, I would have took my shirt off. Like what? I don't know who these people are. No, but yeah, no, it was funny though because he even told people about that. Like he did a little video premiere at his house. He brought up that situation. He goes, "I've never seen someone leave the scene so fast and not get caught until I saw Sonny do it, and I was like, "That's right, baby. It's some hood skills right there, man." I was like, "Every man for himself." Took off. Uh, but yeah, it was it was funny though. But yeah, so I was in that. I was in this other short film, or it's not a short film, but it's a, I guess, a micro budget film called The Bag Lady. It was one of my ex coworkers. That was a cool scene too, except for she was like, "Hey, you're gonna get beat up. You're gonna play a prisoner that who gets beat up." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess. Like, if you want to use my skill that way." But that was fun. It was a fun shoot. They did have permits for that. We shot in an old Georgetown jail over here in north of Austin. And the people were like, "Oh, y'all gonna shoot in the haunted cell?" I was like, oh, it's like, why'd you say that, dude? So it was weird the whole time. Independent Monarch says, "Yeah, keep a hood and dip out." That's what I'm talking about. That's what it is. It's like the GR says, "Great survival instincts." That's what I've been taught all the time. Like, if you can't hide in plain sight, hide. That's all. That's all you got to do. Hide. Be out of there. Get out of there. Oh man. Oh, look, it's 12:08, man. Well, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you everybody for watching. Who's been here? Mark Rose was here, Lucky Butter, Clockwork Orgy, Mr. Jones, Marcus Yee, Savage Saint, Matt Lodge 44, Palin Monarch, Sockets GR. Who else we got up here? Trying to remember the other. Molotov Folk Tales. Shout out to y'all. Who are those people that were on Twitch? Those weird people on Twitch. Unless they're still here. I'm not weird. Oh, yeah, y'all did say some weird things. Oh, Rick Jones was here. That's right. Rick Jones. Who else we got? Trying to find Doombot 9000. There you go. He was here too. Where is the Twitch people? Your boys got toys. Oh man, I didn't even see oh yeah, I didn't realize he put that comment. But yeah, we got to talk about all kinds of stuff today. That's what's up. I like doing that. Dan Figs was here. Omega Weapon 13. Shout out to him. Oh, Phantasm Spasm was one of the Twitch people, and Star Spangled Dangler. But yeah, shout out to everybody for stopping by. And I'll promise I'm gonna try to get y'all some new content out there. I do want to still put that video out for the channel members because I can't really say it right now because I signed an agreement. But if it's not public, I can say it. So basically, it's got to hide behind a paywall. Um, I'll tell you about what happened a few weeks ago, and I told some people about it because I was like, "Hey, look, I did this thing. Hopefully, it happens and plays out like I thought it, like I think it will." But we'll see how that works out. Oh, Savage Thing says, "True, Wolby said it. The brave die first." Oh, sorry, Marcus. Yeah, I put it in the O because I said it, and then the sorry Marcus came out. Marcus C says, "Catch on the next one, whenever that will be. 2 weeks in 2 weeks, because I can't really live stream from. Oh, I can. I can. I might try it. I might try it later on. Also, um, man, is the next time I live stream, is it gonna be from California? Maybe not. No, it'll be right before. Oh, the next time I live stream, it might be from California. So we'll see what's up. I'll make sure I take some little tripods and stuff, little lights. But yeah, so let's see. Duma 9000 says fun stream, Sonny. Sakis GR says this has been fun. Hey, yeah, thanks for stopping in. Mark C says a lot of new people here. Yeah, I like the new people. Shout out to the new folks coming through. Uh keep it poom say. Yeah, great show, stream, Sonny. Stay up one. Appreciate you come through. Don't get caught lacking. Try not to start lacking, everyone. So, and remember, X-Men 97, episode 10, season 1 finale this Wednesday. I don't know why I'm promoting it like they don't have enough promotion, but still, that should be a dope episode. But thank you everyone for joining. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that accidentally watched this live stream, and we'll see y'all in 2 weeks for sure with the live stream. Maybe sooner. Turn on notifications if you need to. And like I said, I will try to get that video because I want to share this news with someone And this is the only way I can do it is to share it to the channel members, and y'all can find out what I was doing a few weeks ago. Because if it all goes well, then when it happens, you'll be like, oh dang, that's what Sonny was talking about. So we'll see. But appreciate all of y'all. Y'all have a great night. Have a great week. And insert catchy catchphrase right here.